Hi guys, I am back and today I'm going to be doing a palette bingo featuring one of my new Pan Those eyeshadow shades. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, and I rolled it in my introduction to the Pan Those eyeshadow series, which I will link down below for 2024. I'm very excited. And I rolled in, spoiler alert if you haven't gone and watched that introduction yet, the shade Twig. So I'm going to automatically roll in Twig and then generate randomly a few other shades, and we're just going to see what we can come up with from this palette. It does have a pretty neutral color story, but it does have a nice interesting mix of like warmer tones and cooler tones, a lot of shimmers, and then a few key staple mattes. So I am curious, depending on what we roll, we could either have a really straightforward look or a kind of crazy look, and I'm excited to see what we get. So I will be right back to roll the shades. So the shade Twig is already rolled in, so to speak, and I am going to randomly generate a few shades from the 13 available shades. So 12 got rolled 3 times, so apparently we're including 12. We got 5, 10, and 12. So 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The shade Ember, which is one of my favorite shades in this palette. It's a gold, but it almost has an olive kind of undertone, or like an olive base to it. Then there is 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is the shade Dystopian. And then we have 12, which is the shade Slate. So we got 2 mattes. Let's see if we can get one more shimmer. I'm going to roll again. We got the shade 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is the shade Teak, which is another very beautiful shade. It kind of matches the packaging of this palette a little bit, and it is a beautiful, beautiful bronze. So I'm going to wipe off my fingers and let's dive straight into this look. So I'm going to start with the shade Twig, I think, and then we'll add in Slate. I'm just taking a really big fluffy brush that's been coated in Twig and just go really lightly in the crease. These shadows do blend really well into one another, which is always nice. Especially when we're experimenting. I'm going to take Slate and I'm going to focus it kind of on the inner part of my crease. Then with a big smudgy brush, I'm going to take Twig on my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take this MAC 217 brush. I think that's, oh no, I got eyeshadow all over me. Yeah, 217S, that's covered the shade Twig, and I'm just going to start building that up in the outer corner. I'm just going to use it to blend the edges of Slate and Twig into one another. Let's try going in with the shade Dystopian all over the lid. I'm just taking a flat packer brush for this. And then back in with that original blending brush and just making sure everything blends into one another. This is a much smokier eye than I was anticipating from this palette. And I'm feeling like we lost a little bit of that Slate shade. So I'm going to go in with this smudgy brush, and I'm going to just kind of blend it on the edge. of where my crease shade kind of meets my skin. I've kind of done that thing where I've just put on so much eyeshadow that it's hard to differentiate things. Yeah, I kind of look like I have a black eye. Okay. When in doubt, use a shimmer to save all your problems. I'm gonna go in with the shade Ember over Dystopian. Just gonna tap it lightly at first. Okay, this is definitely still smoky, but much more approachable. I'm gonna go in with this flat shader brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of Dystopian on the outer edge right next to the lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with my finger, shade Teak, and blend it into the inner part of the lash line. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go in with the shade Pearl on my inner corner. And I'm gonna go do some mascara, wipe away some fallout, and I will be right back. Okay, so we are back, and honestly, I am living for this look. I don't know if this Ember shade looks like this all the time, or if it was layering it over Dystopian, but it looks so beautiful and glimmery and very olive. And yeah, I think we lost a little bit of that slate shade. I can kind of see it along my inner crease, but it looks in practice so similar to Twig once I started blending them together. I don't know if I would necessarily take this time to use both of them again in the future, but this with the Ember on top and like just brown, it looks so pretty. I am obsessed with this look. And I think it came out together, even though I was really winging it there at the beginning. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's video, please let me know down below. If you are excited for this year's Pan Those Eyeshadows series, please also make sure to check out that introduction. I've got a lot of project panning going on this year, and I love palette bingos, get ready with me's, challenges, all those kinds of things. So if that also interests you, please stick around, like, subscribe, all of those things. And most of all, I hope you are having an incredible, awesome day wherever you are, and that I get to see you in a future video. Thanks, guys.